everyone, it's Christy. Welcome to day 6 in my 2015 holiday card series. Today I'm going to be using this mini set by Lawn Fawn called Stinkin' Cute. This was a bonus set for Black Friday that you could get with a purchase of a certain amount, but I think it will be released to the general public soon for purchase. But anyway, I thought he was really cute, and I didn't want to wait until Valentine's Day to use him, so I thought I'd go ahead and use him on a Christmas card. So I'm coloring him with a couple of W markers using the W5, W7, and W9, and I'm just working on the top part of his head because I don't want to let the ink dry too much, so I'm just kind of working in one area at a time there, just blending those colors together. And then I'm going to go ahead and color the rest of his body the same way. And then I'll be adding a couple of little images there on the side from the Bah Humbug set. That set has some really cute little images that work for any of the party animals, and this little skunk is the same type of animal. He's got that same little space between his hands so that you can give him a variety of little items to hold. So again, I just took that W5 and gave him a little layer of that, then used the W7 to deepen the shadows, and then the W9 to deepen those even further, and then just blended those back in. And now I'm taking the W1 and the W3, and I'm just going to use that to shade the little white bits of his body. And then I'll take my colorless blender just to brighten some of that up a little bit. I don't want it to be too gray. So the colorless blender just kind of pushes back a little bit of that color in the center. Now I'm taking R29 and I'm just coloring in the stripes on this little scarf. And then I'm going to take the R59 and just kind of put some little shadows along the edge and then blend those back out. And then I'll just take those same two shades of red to go ahead and color in the little ribbon on my gift. I'm going to use R20 to go and give him some rosy cheeks. And I'll color the insides of his ears with that as well. And then I'm moving on to the rest of the gift now that the red has dried. So I'm using G24 and then G28 for the shadows, and just blending that back together. And then I'll just die cut those images with the matching dies. So the papers I'm using on today's card are the Cozy Lodge 6x6 by Recollections, and I've cut 5 of them into 1 1/8 strips. And I'm going to take the bottom of that and I'm going to use a 1-inch punch to just punch a circle out of the bottom. And then the birch piece on the right side of the screen is just 2 inches by 4 1/4. So that one I'm just going to glue straight to the bottom of my card base, which is just a white piece of Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock folded to a standard size card. And I'm going to glue that with some Tombow Mono, and then I'm pulling out my T-square ruler so that I can go ahead and glue on these little circles at the bottom, so I wanted them to be straight, and I also wanted them to be 1 inch up from the bottom of the card. So I'm just going to take them one by one and glue them on, and I'm especially using the Tombow Mono for this part because I want to be able to adjust them later on. So I'll hurry to get that last guy in place, and then I'll go ahead and move those around until they're spaced evenly. So then I'm just going to take the remaining strips and I'm going to glue those in place right above the corresponding circle that I punched out. I'll just line that red one up along the side, and then I can butt the other ones are right up against it to make sure that I get those evenly spaced across the card. And I know this may look a little weird right now, but trust me, you'll see where I'm going in just a minute here. And again, I'm choosing to use the Tombow Mono Multi because it's going to allow me to just have that little bit of wiggle room to make sure those are straight. And then I'll just flip the card over and go ahead and cut off the excess at the top. And then I'll just get those out of the way and take a baby wipe to clean up any glue residue that might be on my work surface. So now is when that 5th strip of pattern paper is going to come into play. I'm going to be putting it right over the overlap of the circle punched out pieces and the strips, so it'll look like one continuous strip for each of those 4. But first I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment from Lawn Fawn Snow Day. It's the You Warm My Heart sentiment. And I want to go ahead and emboss that, so I'm stamping it with Versamark ink. And then I'm going to take out my white embossing powder and I'm just going to coat that and tap off the excess. And then I'm going to grab my heat gun and go ahead and heat that up until the powder melts. And then as soon as that cools down, I'll go ahead and glue that on top of my card front. So I'll just get that straight on there and then I'll trim off the excess on that strip as well. So now that the card front is done, I'm going to go ahead and work on the focal panel. And I have die cut the Lawn Fawn stitched circle stackables and the Lawn Fawn scalloped circle stackables. And then I'm just adhering the stitch circle with foam tape. And then I'm adding my little skunk with foam tape as well. And then I found a Santa hat from Bah Humbug in my little dish that I keep on my desk of images that I colored. So I added that, and then I'm just going to glue on the little scarf, and then I'm going to pop the little present up with foam tape as well. And then I'll just add that to my card with a little more of that Tombow Mono. So then I decided to grab some gold tinsel lawn trimmings. And I'm just going to go ahead and wrap that around the card a couple of times. And tie that in a little bow. Just adjust the ends. And then go ahead and clip off the excess. And then I'm just going to pull the gold tinsel out of one of those scraps and use it to tie a little gold jingle bell onto the bow. And then I'll grab some Ranger Multimedia Matte and just dab it over the knot so that doesn't come undone. And that completes our card for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.